Hey everyone, thanks for visiting This Is Aaron's Life. I just wanted to take a minute and do this, what I hope to become a weekly Friday video update. As you can see, I'm wearing my awesome new shirt that I won from the contest that Jimyo just did on this last week or the week before on Twitter. Pretty stoked. If you guys get the chance, look him up. I think it's Jimyo. If not, I'll post it out tomorrow on Twitter. But man, you guys got to check out Jimyo. He's one of the bombest apparel designers that I know. Dude just freaking kills it, flat out kills it. So anyhow, yeah, I won this bitchin' shirt from that contest, and I want to talk about today. We'll talk about something I read this morning when I was on Twitter, or yeah, I think it was this morning. Either this morning or yesterday morning. When you get my age and you work as much as I do, you just forget where you are half the time. But yeah, I was reading, and someone, the guys over at Carsonified who put on all those like future web apps, future web design, and they just released that Twiggy, that awesome. Those guys just really got it going on design wise and real cool people. They posted about this contest they're doing for the future of web design in London. And so they have this contest where you can design like the holding slide that's up there on the screen in between speakers. And so I was like stoked. I wanted to go read about this and see what it was. And man, like people started kind of getting off on this deal about like spec work and how this is wrong. And oh my gosh, this is like a heinous crime against the community of designers and we should call in the police. And why has the National Guard been alerted yet that these guys are endorsing spec work? And I started realizing like, I think spec work's lame just like anybody else. Most designers who understand spec work, we don't want to do anything for free. We want to get paid for what we do. We want to be valued for our design, our abilities, what we have to offer. That's how we make our living, you know. But then there's those times where it's something like this where it's like, it's a slide. Seriously, it's a slide on a projector on a screen. This is not like you're asking to be designed the future of web design website for Carsonified and they're not going to pay you a dime. No, it's a freaking slide, and it's a cool chance to get your name out there. Not only that, but they'd already have one designed, so they didn't even need one. But they thought they were trying to do something cool, and everybody just got on this high horse and rant and raving about spec work. And again, I don't endorse spec work at all, but seriously, I don't endorse when people take themselves too seriously. That's like the lamest thing I've ever seen. It was ridiculous. And there's a lot of designers on there, and I don't care if they don't like me because of this or I lose followers. They'd be ashamed of themselves. Seriously, like, I don't ever want to be the cocky designer that's too cool for school, who knows everything. And you know what, man? Yeah, that's right. You are doing spec work, and that's lame, and that's ridiculous. It's like, if you really are in a situation like that, like, hey, I've got some free time, and this looks like something fun, and hey, it's a little extra way to get my name out there, and it's a stinking slide. I still can't. Seriously, it's a slide. And so the thing for this week is do not take yourself too seriously. Recently, I got one of these cool little moleskin deals, the Helvetica themed one, because I'm on the Helvetica kick, probably as most people are. And the first thing I wrote in here, under the fact that it belongs to me and that if there was a loss, there'd be a reward that you may never know what it could be, because I'm probably never going to lose this, was rule number 1, never take yourself too seriously. Okay? Look, those guys have got a reputation, man. They've done so much great stuff. They do so much for the design community. And guess what? I know this is hard to believe, but they're people. And even if they were doing something wrong, they're probably entitled to make a mistake or two in their lifetime. And so as designers, what we should do is be like, oh, hey, that's cool, but you know what? Hey, that's not really for me. I may view that as spec work. Cool. Leave it at that. Like, you got to post on the dude's friggin' forum like 16 times how horrible spec work is. Really, we don't need red armbands, and we don't need to be all militant about this in our design community. We need to be supporting each other and endorsing these things. If you don't have the time to do that, then don't do it and leave it at that. But maybe if you know a young designer who's trying to make his way and get a name for his or herself, then go freaking let them know and give them the chance to do something awesome. Or a new student who's just got out of college and trying to establish something in the design community, go help them. Tell them to do it, but don't just sit there and like try to hate on people on their blog. And especially if this was just someone who's always kind of doing shady stuff, okay, maybe, right? Even then, I don't know if it would really be right to do, but these guys always do bomb stuff. Their conferences are rad. Anyways, I really don't need to. I'm going to start going off too much here, but seriously, don't take yourself too seriously. Have a sense of humor. Enjoy what you do. Love to design. Seriously. You have a gift that not everyone can do. You know what I mean? Like, not everyone can design. Not everyone can write code. Not everyone can do awesome branding and logo work and be like social media gurus, or all the different things that we do when we interact with each other on Twitter that we know each other does. Like, not everyone can do that, and that's why it's awesome that we have the ability to do that. Don't take yourself too seriously. Enjoy what you do. If something's not for you, don't worry about it. And this is a minor case. If there is bigger cases where people are trying to, manipulate other people or use them or get over on them, then yeah, call them out, let them know what's wrong, and let some other people know to avoid those people. But this isn't that situation. Not at all. And even as we're getting ready to wrap up the building a successful development team in communication, and we talked about conflict and everything, taking yourself too seriously, like, oh, I'm the designer, I know what's best. And you might be the designer who does know what's best. You may have 20, 30 years experience. You might be able to write CSS with one hand, blindfolded, like jumping on a pogo stick. But that doesn't always mean that it's the best attitude to have for the situation, that you take yourself too seriously. There's other people, everyone has something to contribute, and you get a lot further with people when you don't take yourself too seriously, when you're willing to listen, when you're willing to just like, oh, hey, you know what, that's not for me, but whatever, that's your thing. You don't have to agree with everyone, you don't have to let people walk all over you, but please, guys, please, nothing is worse than like going to an Apple store and going to the Genius Bar and listen to two, messy-haired kids with, too tight of shirts and too tight of pants on, sit behind the Genius Bar and be like, oh, so you mean you only have a 36 hard drive? Oh, you don't know what a FireWire or a USB is? And they snicker and they laugh like it's actually like a really bad Saturday Night Live skit. There's these two guys in the back who have no life other than to make fun of people who don't understand how they think. And you know what? Don't take yourself too seriously. Enjoy what you do. The more you enjoy it, the better you get at it, the more people will enjoy you and want to hang around with you. The followers you actually have on Twitter will follow you because they want to, because they're going to appreciate what you have to say, because you've earned a level of respect, because you're not condescending, because you don't have the I know it all attitude. So you know what? I encourage everyone to go out there, go design a freaking slide for Carsonified. Try to win that thing. If not, recommend someone to do it. I might even design one and then send them $20 just because that was such a stupid thing that so many people got on their high horse against those guys. And I'm probably ranting way too much. So thank you guys for taking the time to listen. Go check out Jimyo. The guy does all kinds of rocking stuff on Design by Humans. There's a great contest going on there right now. I'll post his link again tomorrow on Twitter. And also, if you guys haven't seen it yet, the guys from Obox Design, the From the Couch guys, the Perel brothers, this bomb freaking designers. Those guys kill it all the time. They have this great contest going on their blog for this custom WordPress theme. And not only is the front end of this thing awesome, but when you go into the admin environment of this WordPress theme, it is tight. It is so nice. It is so well put together, so well thought out. It's a great user experience. I really, really would recommend you guys to go over there. But what's cool is they've not only decided to give this away on their site, but they've chosen 5 other design blogs that they're going to allow to run this contest. I am like beyond considering myself super fortunate to be one of those design blogs that gets to do it. I get to do it. So come to This Is Aaron's Life. Check out the #1 theme. Go post it on Twitter. Put the link to your post on Twitter. Write something that you want to see. What do you guys want to hear about on This Is Aaron's Life? When I get done ranting and raving, when I'm done with this user experience stuff or this development team. But what do you guys want to hear in the future? More stuff you want to learn. Probably not going to do lots of tutorials and lots of 20 things that you can't live without, but more like practical stuff that you get in experience, stuff interacting with people and clients in the workplace, in-house and freelance. So again, thank you guys so much for taking the time to come to the blog. I appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you guys on Twitter.